Alright guys, it's been a few weeks. Just got done dropping off some parts for the Corvette to my tuner car builder for this one. Figured I'd stop over here and see what they got at this Port Charlotte Walmart. I don't really see too much that is catching my eye, but what I did find, and I know I'm going back on my word, I said I would never mess with a Funko Pop again. Dear God.
Oh my God!
But I can't pass this one up. This was my favorite story back in the 90s, so definitely going to get that. I don't see anything else. They got some Ultimates down there, but like they're just Triple H. Freaking taking up space. Nobody really wants that. Especially him and Shawn Michaels. They're getting like way too many of them. I do see some up top. But I don't think it's any of the waves I really want. Unless there's a Brian Pillman up there. I can look for that. It's Kevin Owens. No. Kevin Owens and a Stone Cold. AJ Styles. I don't think there's anything here. But I'm coming back with this. Haha. Okay, so I figured I'd come look at the cars stuff just to kill time before I make the 45-minute drive back to Fort Myers. And lo and behold, I still buy car stuff. I just never really record it. But it's funny. It's a 2006 Corvette Z06. Same color blue as mine, Le Mans blue. But that vinyl wrap, that looks pretty sick. But I don't think I need that vinyl wrap, but I will take the car. That is pretty cool. I have a stock one too. So I'm definitely putting this one next to the stocky. So we're going home with a Jada toy and a Superman. Why? Because we can. We got that adult money that we just like to spend on goofy shit. Because being an adult is boring, and adulting sometimes needs toys. And for adults, toys come in many forms. Some prefer actual adult toys. You know what I mean by that. Me, I'm going with my kid adulting toys. So, alright guys, back on the hunt. Had to do a drop off down here in Naples, so figured I'd stop and see what they have in store. It's actually been a while since I've been down here, so. And thus far, I'm not seeing too much of anything. This store right here is like always hit or miss when it comes to them actually having stuff. But they have a bunch of the pay-per-view exclusives, Sting, that nobody wants. Ultimate Hogan that people are still boycotting. Ron Simmons, Jey Uso. Nothing special. I don't see anything. And if my memory serves me correctly, this is the one with the very crappy NECA Funko sections. I don't even know if I would even want to go over there. But, what the hell. We're here. Might as well. Only thing I do notice that's new is this Jean Grey. That's pretty cool. But I was always a Jim Lee. I like the Jim Lee Jean Grey better, which I already have that. Professor X is behind me. Miles Morales, Cap, Spidey. Nothing new. So, yeah, let's go over there and see what they got. Turtles, pretty dry. There's like one more store I can hit before I get back on the highway. So, yeah. Let's see what we can find. Okay, and this is their extremely small NECA Funko section. Whole lot of nada. I don't see anything, so let's go ahead and get over to the other store, see what we can find, and then I gotta get on the highway so I can start beating this 5 o'clock traffic, because I am not trying to deal with it. Actually, let me check this end cap, because I know the Eradicator's out. Alright guys, we're at the next store. I saved you guys about 40 seconds of browsing, because there's a whole lot of nothing at that last Target. We're going to start off here with the end cap, and it looks like it's all from the new Superman movie. Nothing new. I think there's a new 52 in there, but we don't need that. No. So, nothing there. Over here, same old Transformers that have been all summer long. Scarecrow, Tempest, blah blah blah. Yeah. Nothing new. Other than that 2-pack down there, that's pretty cool. Dr. Mindbender, that was always a cool one when I did watch the cartoon. Of course, Duke. But yeah. If there's a couple properties I cut out so I don't catch myself collecting everything, it was G.I. Joe and He-Man. I do not have those in the collection. I've actually been like looking at these cars more often because they've actually had some pretty good ones lately. I don't see anything new catching my eye. Anime stuff right there. So let's go around the corner, see what we can find. Wow, this is crazy. They got pretty much like the same stock from like a month and a half, 2 months ago. In the same exact position. Like nothing's changed. Oh, that's pretty cool. Basic Final Boss Rock with the cow vests. Turtles, nada. Alright, let's go ahead and go over to the NECA Funko, see if we see anything. And then I got possibly 2 or 3 more targets we get hit up before we get home for the night. Let's go ahead and get on over NECA Funko. Okay, NECA Funko, just a touch bigger than the last store we were at, and still nothing cool. Well, that's cool, but I'm trying to stay away from Funkos. I know I bought that Cyborg Superman earlier, but that's it. No mas. No mas. That's cool. RoboCop set. That's not been out for a while, but most of the stores are already sold out. We got that Dracula, Batman, Baby Sinclair, Bride of Frankenstein. Okay, it's a whole lot of nothing, so. Alright guys, we're at Target number 3. I was going to go to Coconut Point, but I decided not to. I was just there the other day, and the only thing they had there that I wanted, or that I want, is the Killer Croc. Is the older version, not the 2-pack. The one from the Arkham Asylum game. But here we are, Gulf Coast Town Center. Figure I'd go ahead and see what's new here. I haven't been here in quite a few weeks, probably about a month. So I see a end cap display, but I think that's a wave we already got. That's over there. I see some clearance over here. Oh, look at that. Hogan's down to $23. $19. I don't need another Hogan yet, but that's not a bad price. It's like $12, $13 off the original. The Godfather's not bad for $16. What do we got here? God damn, they still got those. Was that Stu Grayson? Those aren't going anywhere. Adam Cole up there. Colton Gunn. Another Jeff Hardy. But the one that came with the chair, I think that was like the definitive Jeff Hardy for AEW. See a Fugitoid. The Count. Panda Con. Nothing new. Turtles. Pretty dry. Star Wars. They have some, but I really don't even want to look. Reissue. That's new. And that's new, but I haven't even watched that show, so I have no interest in the Andor. Cassian Andor. Okay, let's go around the corner, see what we can find. Okay. Sometimes this one's actually fairly decent on the Marvel DC. It was a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago. I was in here with this one dude, and he actually had quite a few that were brand new that he was showing me. But yeah, looks like there's nothing new here. G.I. Joe, there's some stuff. Marvel still the same. And I don't see anything. Let's check this end cap. Okay, yeah. Of The Rock. CM Punk. Hogan. Okay. Not too much. Alright. Let's see if I can pull the okey doke on these AT&T fools over here on the corner. I'm gonna go check out the NECA Funko, because you know they're hiding somewhere down there to try to get you to get a AT&T phone, even though I tell them every time I'm good. That's the cheesy Superman stuff. Well, the actual kid Superman stuff. Okay. I don't see anything on the end cap, so let's go ahead and go down to the NECA Funko, and then we're going to hit the forums, and I'm going to the gym. Let's go. Okay. NECA Funko. I see some Batarangs, which I already have. Gremlins, Gremlins 2, Halloween. There's always turtle stuff with NECA. That's like their big push over the past 10 years easily. I guess they finally sold that Super 7 Batmobile. I don't see that over here. Those are new. Super Friends. What the fuck is that?
Hey. She belongs to the street.
Oh, God. I don't know how I feel about this new Superman movie. I guess we're going to find out, though, alright? It's only a few more weeks. The DJ down there. Surprisingly, Street Fighters is actually looking pretty thin over here. Alright. Let's go hit up our last door, and then we're going to be done for the day. But I got to go to the bathroom. We'll be right back.
One at a time, players, one at a time. Busy right now, working with them on.
Okay, guys, we're down here at the forums. Last stop of today's hunt. Today's been pretty dry so far. I really haven't found much of anything. Found stuff yesterday up in Port Charlotte, but it's been really dry down here. Ethan Page, but I got another one of those coming out soon. Alright, so this is the second time I've seen that Godfather at this discounted price, and Charles Wright is my dude, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that one. Got a basic Jay White, Ron Simmons, Trish Stratus. All the rest of those are still the same old Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, them tattoos, Godzilla, Jurassic World. This T-Rex is pretty cool, but that's a whole nother ball game. Plus I got my vintage one that I found at a flea market years ago. And that one's still holding some pretty damn good value, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Same. Well, I got that what? Professor X is down to 1749. Let me see if they got an end cap before we go over to the NECA Funko. I'll be back with you guys in a sec. Okay, found an end cap, but it's all the new movie or a bunch of Batman that I really don't want. They got like the purple Batman and they got an orange Batman down there. So, yeah, I really don't feel those too well. So, let's go over here to the NECA Funko. Alright, NECA Funko. Nothing new catching my eye there. That's cool. NBA Jams.
He's on fire!
Yeah, looks like there's not much of anything. Forums. I think that's that. So let's go ahead and get out of here. So I'm here at SeaWorld and we're at Sesame Street, and Richard must have apparently followed me here. I gotta go Publix.